Oh, there we go. We back.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back. Another episode of Turn Up the Mic. I'm Chris. To my right, I got Roy.
Hey, what's up? That sounded real rush. You're injured. Like, what's up? What's up? What's up?
You think so?
Yeah,
I saw you throw up the peace sign.
yeah.
Like they
We
can
got
see you.
viewers. We got viewers.
Oh, okay. Are we live? We're not live.
YouTube.
UFC fight today?
I don't know. I feel like going every week
They
now.
fight every week, but I
Well,
don't see no highlights.
not me either. Like, I don't see any highlights. I don't see any highlights, and like every week I see post of a new fight that's supposed to happen.
Yeah,
There's like so many people signing fights. It's like,
I dislike the fighting game right now because we talked about that. They're doing like future fights when they haven't even fought their current people. Like Mike Tyson was doing that. I forgot
mhm.
who he said he was gonna fight. Tyson Fury was talking about fighting a couple people before he fights Joshua. It's just all
Didn't
over the place.
Conor McGregor too? Just
Yeah, he's supposed to fight Pacquiao. Now he's fighting this one guy for another rematch. It's
in
just
Jerry's world.
it's it's all over the place. That's the only thing I really
I
I
think
don't like.
that's one of those. In the beginning, it was really cool and a good idea, but I think not being the biggest UFC fan, I think it kind of just oversaturated like the news on it
Yeah, and
because it's
then
just there now. I don't pay attention to it because it's every week there's a new fight.
yeah, and then it's hard to market like this future fight when the current fight didn't fight yet, you know?
Yeah.
What happens if they lose and that like dissipates the whole interest in the big fight, you know?
Mhm.
So, it is what it is. But what can you do? But since we're on sports, man, shout out to the Lakers. We didn't get to praise them, but they are now the NBA champs.
Congrats, LeBron. You deserve the ring.
And the Lakers organization.
Oh yeah, them too.
There was a lot of storylines that came with that ring, you know? Rondo,
That
Dwight,
I mean,
AD,
for
Kuzma.
championships always come with
Like
storylines.
there's so many different ones though with this one. Like who won last year? Kawhi.
Yeah,
How many storylines was there really with him?
he was the biggest headline. What's he gonna do? Where is he going? What's gonna happen? Is he gonna resign or what's happening?
Right, but like with this one, when they won, there's so many things, people that were affected by this one as far as legacies, you know? Like Dwight,
I don't know how
first
many
ring.
legacies are affected. I think this Dwight was gonna get into the Hall of Fame regardless. I think just jumps up the amount of time he has to wait to get into the Hall of Fame.
Rondo, Celtics, and Lakers.
I don't care about Rondo.
That's an impressive accomplishment. Kuzma, before he leaves, he got a ring.
That's what it is for every team. Every team you have those role players that get the rings.
Like I think it was very nice. It was good. Like if the Miami Heat won, I don't think it would have been as many different storylines. It would have just been a lot
I,
of young guys won and they beat
I
the
think the
odds.
storyline it would have been a really good storyline. It was like the underdogs winning, and but it would have faded.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Mavs winning. It faded because they were the underdogs.
I don't know if it faded because you Mavs fans. That's
Because
like
I'm a Mavs
that's
fan.
the only
If I
thing they talk
wasn't if I
about.
wasn't a Mavs fan, how often would you
And
hear
I
it?
think because they beat LeBron, that's really kept it from like just disappearing. Because I
Nah,
don't think it's
it's the whole
gone.
title run. I mean, maybe I kept it, but the whole title run, like the people they beat, it
Yeah.
was pretty.
So I wouldn't say the Mavs as an example faded because that's still pretty impressive.
I mean, I agree.
And that's your
They'll never
team.
fade to me, so
Yeah.
I can't disagree. But from the public eye,
Yeah. So with this win, like what do you think is gonna shake up next year with the I guess in 2 months, give or take, when the season picks
so
back up again?
I haven't done my research on the off season.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm assuming they created new um, free agency deadlines or changed when free agency starts or what have you, or just everything's free for all now and you can sign free agents now.
They haven't I haven't seen any news on that, but I know a lot of players were on 1 year options or 1 year deals.
Yeah.
Rondo is coming up. I
Yeah.
think he's opting out
No,
of
I'm
his
just
player
talking about
option.
like the NBA in general.
I
Like
don't know.
I don't know these dates because that's important. That's gonna really sets the tone for the next season.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking for the Bucks to make moves. I am looking for the Mavs to make moves. Even that means mid level talent.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of like your mid tier teams that are gonna make moves to try to become some type of contenders.
I mean, that's probably the only thing that's out there is like mid talent upgrades because all the big players are pretty much tied up next season.
Yeah. But like I said, mid talent upgrades can help when you have already a couple stars.
Yeah,
Like, um, I think Milwaukee needs another star, but if they add the right amount of mid talent upgrades, you never know, or trades. That's why you have trades in the NBA.
yeah.
But of course, everyone's going to ask Milwaukee for Giannis, but that's not going to happen. You never know. You have to give a lot, not as much as they gave for Paul George, but
Yeah.
that's still ridiculous what they gave for him, bro.
So with the Lakers, do you think what do you think they can do to improve? You think they should re-sign Rondo, or there's talks of CP3 coming? Like, what would you do to upgrade the Lakers to start with?
I wouldn't really change anything. I think CP3 would be a little difficult
Yeah.
unless he takes a humongous pay cut.
Isn't his contract already like in stone though?
I don't know how many years it's for, but it's what, like 35 mil a
Yeah.
year.
I wouldn't sign CP3. I would keep Rondo. I would try to re-sign him over
Yeah,
CP3.
I mean, like I said, it all depends on where CP3 is at with what was he looking for at contracts.
Yeah. Do you think Kuzma's going to be here next season?
Is he has a player option, or is he was he free agent?
I don't know. But do you think they want to keep him? Would they trade him? I wouldn't keep
I
him.
don't know yet,
I wouldn't keep
because
him.
I honestly feel like they're going to keep him if depends on what a lot of the free agents do.
Yeah.
It depends on what he is.
He's on a rookie level contract over 4 years, signs a 5 year. I don't
So
need
he
that.
looks like he's still there.
How long has he been there? 2, 3 years? 17, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, about 3 years. He's coming up on his fourth year.
So he's still there now. If you lose pieces, then you're going to keep Kuzan because he's still not making a lot.
Yeah,
So it depends on what the team does.
yeah. So they got a lot of interesting options. What can the Clippers do? Because they finally hired Ty Lue as their head coach for
Yeah,
5 years. He got his 5 year contract. What else can they do to upgrade their talent to be better competitors? Or do you think they just keep this roster and roll with the next season?
I think they keep it. There is no reason they should have lost on paper. There is no
I'm
reason.
so tired of hearing that.
I mean, but what is the reason that they should have lost on paper with with
Chemistry
with the talent?
being overhyped. Like,
Okay, so chemistry is fixed by making Kawhi play more. Make
okay,
now making the team play more together. Now there was injuries,
yeah.
but if there's less injuries, you play more together as a team throughout the season.
Who's their third option?
They have like a combined third
Is Paul George
options.
their third option?
Pa- Depends if you're talking about season or playoffs.
take your pick. Which one's more
On
important?
season, he's their second option. On playoffs, he's their fourth. I mean, he's
Like,
not doing shit.
I mean, yeah. So they got a pickle. I mean, people talk about LeBron decimating teams, but I mean, you look at Kawhi when he went to the Clippers, he gutted them. Like,
Yeah,
their arms are pretty much tied behind their back. So I don't know what they're gonna do. Um, Rockets still don't have a head coach, but I think they're gonna be slow, probably neck and neck with the Clippers, in my opinion.
you think so?
I think so.
So, who do you think has more pressure on them next year, Ty Lue or Doc Rivers?
Mm, I go, I go Ty Lue, because Doc Rivers, he's just developing these two players. Like, what's the pressure in that? With
You don't think that he's expected to go farther than what they did this year?
Of course, but Ty Lue has Kawhi and Paul George. Aren't they on their last contract? Their last year deal?
Paul George, yes. I don't remember Kawhi's
I thought
contract.
they were both on similar contracts.
Could be.
But I mean, that's more pressure to me,
Okay.
because if he leaves, then you just there with a bunch of rocks. Like, what are you doing? So I would definitely say Ty Lue has more pressure. I don't know why he took that job. Like, after coaching LeBron and having 7 heart attacks, and now you doing this? He's like a masochist or something. It's wild. And who else is next? You got the Nets. You think they're gonna be competitive?
Yes, absolutely.
They don't really need to make any upgrades. I think they just need to play and see how their roster is.
They just need like I'm not gonna say they need next season, but do not judge them on their first quarter of the season next year. Just because I think they need to gel together. They need to
Yeah,
build more chemistry. So
I can see that.
um, now they might be winning games in the beginning because they're still a talented roster, but they still might not look good winning. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah,
some mistakes, and also I think next year is going to play a role of. I know they said the NBA start up in January, but are
yeah,
we getting a full year? Are they still cutting back and then move the NBA to the regular kind of season the year after,
yeah,
or what? So I don't know what type of season we're getting next year either.
yeah. And then what happened? The Hoops Nations, they dropped their top 10 players heading into next season.
Mm-hmm.
So in the order 1 through 10, you got LeBron, Kevin Durant, Luca at 3, Anthony Davis is 4, Steph Curry's 5, Giannis is 6, Kawhi Leonard 7, James Harden is 8, Dame is 9, and Joker is 10.
Okay.
Is this a good order? Would you change anything?
The main thing I would change is I'll move Curry to probably like 7 and move Giannis and Kawhi up. Um,
It's pretty solid, right?
it's solid. My only concern is I hate having players coming back from injury already so high. Like they need to get back into that.
I
Like some
think
players don't actually come back and be themselves there was right away. So it's hard to say they're going to be top
I
tier.
I don't know what they were looking at when they put this together. Maybe they were looking at how well they'll do compared to last season. So it makes sense if it's from that perspective because Kevin Durant has a lot of questions after that injury. Like, is he
Yeah.
gonna still be the same and all that stuff? So I
But
can
that's
see
what I'm saying.
that.
If you have a lot of questions how he's going to play, number
Yeah,
2 is kind of high.
not really. So I mean, there's a lot more pressure. I think it's in a pressure order. You know what I'm saying?
For 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 a pressure order, I think Giannis is higher pressure order. He hasn't done anything when it comes to, any type of championships. When it comes to the Bucks, I think Giannis is higher if it comes to pressure order.
Then Kevin Durant.
No, I mean higher than Anthony Davis, Curry, definitely higher than because Davis
Okay.
won this year. Curry already won, so Giannis is up there.
Okay. That makes sense. And then who are your we have our way too early NBA predictions. Who do you have top 5 in the West and top 5 in the East?
Top 5 in the West and top 5 in the East. Let me see.
And you don't have to put them in particular order.
Do you hear the weekend also?
Yeah.
All right. So top
All
5 for
right.
the East, I have the Bucks, Nets, Celtics, Heat, and 76ers.
Who'd you say?
The Bucks,
Okay.
Nets, Celtics, Heat, 76ers.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. And then who do you got in the West?
Lakers, Clippers, Denver, Golden State, and Mavericks.
So I would probably drop the Clippers. I go Lakers, Rockets, Denver, Mavericks. Let me see. And then I go Warriors.
The Clippers are gonna breeze through the season again. They're gonna be a top
Okay.
contender.
Okay.
So Houston still has a lot of questions. They don't even know who their coach is.
Just yesterday, the Clippers didn't know who their coach was. What?
Yeah, but the
Okay,
Clippers are more put together.
okay, that's how they were. That's what this is like a repetitive conversation from last season. They're like, they're about to run through the West.
I didn't say they're gonna win it. I'm just saying they're
Uh,
gonna
okay.
they're gonna be dominant in the league.
I think if the Rockets get a big man, then they'll definitely be more competitive. They just need to get more diverse. They're just a one trick pony. So once they fix that issue, I think they could definitely compete, and I think they'll be better than the Clippers next season.
They
Faux
need,
show.
yeah, they need. I mean, they tried that by not playing big. They
Yeah,
try to go away from what they've been doing. They're like, hey, let's try this, and
yeah.
everything looks nice during the season.
And I
But
think I think the Warriors will be better than the Clippers. Nah, it'll probably be neck and neck.
the biggest thing for me is the Warriors have a top pick. I
Yeah.
don't know what pick they have, but they have a top pick, and who knows like the effect that's going to have on the team.
Will they
Like,
trade it, or do you think
mm,
they'll use it to draft somebody? Like, who's
yeah,
coming up? Is there a top prospect right now?
you have the One of the Ball brothers. Damn it,
Oh, okay.
what's his name?
Lagello.
No, I mean they can still draft him.
Lagello. Um, but what's his position? He's not a point guard.
Yeah,
So like, wouldn't that would he just come off the bench? Like, what perk is
bro,
that?
it's the NBA. They'll put him at the three. Like look at the Rockets. Who plays their position?
Yeah. And then switching to NFL, man, that sucks. Dak Prescott goes down.
Bro, that
He popped his foot.
not more than pie.
Yeah,
So because like I don't even want to talk about injury, bro. But he's gonna recover. Um,
they're saying it takes about 6 months to recover, give or take.
4 to 6 months to recover from the injury,
Yeah,
but that's not recovering to play.
yeah,
So next year it's gonna be next year.
obviously.
So
So, do you think they're gonna franchise him again, or they're just gonna see how he does in the open market? Where do you think his career is gonna go? You think he's done in Dallas?
no, I don't think he's done in Dallas.
Really? So he's gonna be a backup.
He's gonna be the starter next year.
So they're gonna franchise him again, or do you think they're gonna give him a contract?
I think he's gonna give him a contract, and
How backwards would that be?
he's not gonna get his 40 mil a year or whatever. He's gonna get what they've been offering, like that 33 to 35 a year.
So they're gonna give him the same contract that they were gonna you like hypothetically as they would this year.
Yeah,
Now that he's injured,
yeah.
not a prove it year.
No, they're gonna give him that, and I think Dak's gonna take it this time. Dak got his 30, was it 33.1 mil this year,
Yeah,
and then he gets that. He's gonna have a. I think what they're gonna change up is the guaranteed.
yeah,
He's probably getting more guaranteed, but he's gonna stay around that.
that's
After
interesting.
this injury, I don't see him anywhere getting 40 mil a year.
Yeah, that's a hot take. Do you think Dallas is gonna go further now with Andy?
No, we're I've
So are you changing your win prediction?
I don't see him. I mean, they're not going to the Super Bowl with how bad the defense is.
Damn,
That defense is bad.
they weren't going in to begin with, but dang, now you got it out.
I mean, I made my prediction before the season.
I know,
I didn't expect their defense to be
but
this bad. Like, if they're, I did not, by any means, I did not think they would have a number one or top 10 defense.
yeah,
But I mean, a top 15, 17 defense is way better than what they're ranked last or second to last. Like,
hmm
that's just bad. There's a big difference between even mid tier to dead last.
And then on the offensive side, do you think teams are gonna be more is it going to be easier to plan for Andy's style than it would be for Dak's?
Mm, I don't know. I think, I mean, Andy's your more traditional.
Like a drop back throwing
Yeah,
style, yeah.
he's your more traditional, but Andy's never had a team like this. Andy knows never had a team this well. When he had a team where people were like healthy with AJ Green, he did good things. So he's never had a team this talented.
No.
Now I'm not saying they're gonna. I think they're gonna win the NFC East, but that's not saying much. And then they're gonna lose in the first round of the playoffs. But I think they're still gonna win the NFC East. I think with Dak, maybe we had a good chance of passing the first round with the way we've been playing. It depends on who we match up with, but first round knockout. Like
Hmm.
that's all. That's what it is. I don't see. I see us winning the NFC East though.
Okay. I have picked the Washington football team
You picked the Eagles.
to win that division. No, I picked the Washington football
You
team.
picked the Eagles.
Okay. That's funny. Anyway, and then with the franchise tag, do you think that should be removed or you think they still keep it?
Still keep it.
Like what do you think the point of that is? If like you see what your player is, you know what you have,
But if you can't come to agreement on a deal,
then let them
what?
hit free market, free agency.
No, franchise tag's okay.
So you don't want to pay me, but you don't want me seeing other people.
But you do know when franchise tags happen, the amount of money they're getting is normally so much more than what they were getting before, right?
Okay.
So that doesn't mean anything that they're getting 5 times the amount of money they were getting before.
So why not just give me a contract?
They offer contracts.
I think it should be removed
Why?
because it shows like it puts the player at a disadvantage long term wise
How?
because you can get injured and your future is now changed. You
So
have
why
no
don't they accept the contract that's offered?
probably because it's not up to their standards. Maybe they feel like they're more valuable, which is why they should be able to hit the free agency market and see if other players or other teams will be able to match what they're asking for.
But they're just gonna do what um, the NBA does or other things. They're just if they remove the franchise tag, they're just gonna add a year to the rookie contract, and it's worse. They're making less money for longer
I don't know. They should
because
figure.
you can't just say remove the franchise tag. So how are you gonna change the cap? Because the franchise tag hits the cap differently.
Yeah,
So you restructure a lot of things, and they're probably just gonna say, okay, no franchise tag. Your rookie contract's gonna be longer now, so you can make less for longer.
yeah. You drive a hard bargain. It's interesting.
I'm just saying changes would have to be made though
Yeah.
to how contracts work and how the caps hit.
And then you got Le'Veon Bell signing with Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
So is the Super Bowl win guaranteed now, or do you think this changes anything?
It definitely changed. I'll tell you after a couple games. I need to see where he's at. I need to see how he is. I need to see how that ego that pushed him out of Pittsburgh, pushed him out of the Jets. See how he's holding up now. Of course, you know what they say: winning fixes everything.
But
So if
they're
they're
already
winning,
winning though. They
that's
just
why.
lost one
No,
game.
I'm saying for him now he's in an
Oh,
organization
okay.
that's winning.
Hmm.
Let's see how it works. Because now that he's winning, maybe he's Gucci. He's good.
Yeah,
He won't have issues.
I'd be happy too if I was
Yeah,
a winner
you
and
know.
getting paid.
Yeah,
Because this thing is in Pittsburgh was basically it wasn't that they were losing; it was just because he wanted his money, right? And then when he was with the Jets, they were the Jets,
they were
so he
losing.
wanted to win. So
But I
it's
mean, to me, like if I was a Jets fan, I would be frustrated with him. I would be pissed at him. What did he expect from the Jets? They're the same thing he was before. Like what'd you expect? This isn't the NBA.
yeah,
Well, one person can change a team.
yeah,
Like the NFL, you need to add to the defense. You need to add to the offense. Like a good running back ain't gonna do anything. Ask Barkley in New York.
no. And this takes pressure off of Mahomes having to throw it so much too. It
Yeah,
allows him to be more
yeah.
diverse. And
The good thing also with the Kansas City, which I think really helped Bell go there too, is that they started the season wanting to run. They
yeah,
just couldn't sustain it. So Bell kind of saw that, and I guess in their meeting they had, Kansas City didn't have to sell it to Bell. Oh, we want to run more.
yeah,
Bell literally saw them trying to do that. So it's the print is there of what they want to do.
yeah. And then in Pittsburgh, did you expect them to be 4-0?
No, but I didn't expect them 0-4. Like Pittsburgh can always be good when they want.
I didn't expect
For
that.
for years, Pittsburgh's always been a solid contender.
Yeah.
They're like Green Bay. They're always a solid contender.
And then with Big Ben, he said that he's happy to take selfies with guys that care more about the win. Do you think that's Antonio Brown
I
shot?
think you went too far back. I think that was a Bell shot.
You think that was a Le'Veon Bell shot?
Yeah,
Really?
Bell was in the news. I think you went a little too far back. I think that was a Bell shot.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting. Why you think that?
because I think Bell's been in the news lately, so Big Ben crossed his mind. Antonio Brown hasn't been in the news or anything. I don't think there's no. I don't even think Ben's
Didn't
crossed. I mean, Antonio Brown crossed Ben's mind in a while. He's not in the
did,
news or anything.
didn't Le'Veon? I mean, Antonio Brown have more like issues with Big Ben than Le'Veon though.
Yeah,
Oh,
but it's talking about the win.
yeah. And then you got the Browns. Man,
3-1.
that is impressive. Do you have they earned your respect yet?
Nah, they're
Okay.
third place in their division.
It's not by a lot though. You act like it's by an inch.
If you're not first, you last.
What are the Cowboys then?
They're first in the division.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Damn. When did this
that
happen?
backfired.
That well, I'll be. Well, that's not gonna last. What's their record?
Two
One
and
and
three.
seven.
2-3.
They won 2 games.
Yeah.
Damn,
We beat Atlanta and the Giants.
damn. Anyway, well, whatever.
You're like that takes
Yeah,
down
mark
next.
that off the the whole joke sheet. And then switching to music, Big Sean, he admitted that good music advanced him a 15K.
Yeah.
I don't think that's bad.
Did you did you watch the actual full interview or the clip of him saying it, like the one like the Breakfast Club posted?
Yeah, I watched the clip.
So like I saw the interview.
Yeah,
So I saw like those 15 minutes. I really like the way he put it. He by any means he did not seem like he did not say, "Oh, that was low."
yeah,
Um, he literally said, "No one, n- no one understand." Well, some people don't understand. When Kanye signed me, I had no single popping. I had nothing popping. Like,
yeah.
and then
And it's not like this is news. Like if you're a Big Sean fan, you should know this.
yeah, so nothing. And then Fat Joe kind of like he didn't agree, but he didn't disagree.
Oh,
He's
he was
like,
on Fat Joe's podcast.
yeah, that's where this
Okay,
came out.
okay,
Um, First of all, his whoever's doing his camera shit, that's fucking. It wasn't good because so Big Sean, like he's in the frame like he should be, right?
yeah.
Big Sean, I mean, Fat Joe's only showing from his head up, so he's just like that because
Is it
he's
a split screen?
yeah split screen.
So they're
So
not in the same room together?
nah, COVID, bro.
Okay,
So like Big Sean's regular,
yeah.
upper body, and Fat Joe's head up.
So
But
it's
I
just a
think
floating head,
I think it's because he's advertising the Ciroc behind him on a shelf.
and they had to get in close.
So it's just like it's just weird because you have Sean, then like you kind of then Fat Joe's his head's just like
Yeah,
that. I'm like, nah, it's weird. But yeah, so no, but like Fat Joe talked about it that Kanye probably gave like multiple
yeah,
artists like 15,000 to see what happens, and one popped, and no one's gonna. Kanye's the only one that knows. All the other artists he gave 15 without having any type of singles.
yeah.
Maybe they didn't pop, so he lost 50,000 there. Who
I wonder
knows?
how much he gave Designer.
Who knows?
He, I think it was more than 15K.
Yeah.
Inflation.
Yeah. But one thing that Big Sean said that he'll always be a fan of Kanye, but also he said he gave me 15K. That wasn't a lot, but he's like he gave me something a lot of labels don't do. Like this dude gave me opportunities. He put me on Mercy. Like
Yeah.
he brought me to the cipher. Like
Everybody was
he
on Mercy though. That was a label project.
yeah. But when Mercy dropped, Big Sean wasn't a big part of the label. Big Sean was only in the studio watching them.
He wasn't signed?
No, he wasn't like a feature on the label. Like he was still trying to earn his way
Really?
up the industry.
That's wild.
So he said he gave the story. He was in the studio, and they're in between takes, and he started freestyling, and then Kanye's like, "You're on the track."
Yeah.
So like he gave him opportunities, and he's like, "Those opportunities help me to get me where I am now. So I'm never gonna be mad at what it is."
No. I think he had one of the hardest verses on Mercy.
Yeah.
Was 2 Chainz on that one?
Yep. It was 2 Chainz,
That's the one
Kanye,
with.
Big Sean, and
I think that was it. No, Pusha
no,
T, right?
yeah. Who? And then I was getting confused with the other one with Shy the Prince. What was that?
I
So
don't
apart,
remember. I don't remember. I'm not really a big fan of Shy the Prince though.
bro.
Everybody loves him.
Shy the Prince is lyrical, man. He
That's what
is
everybody
lyrical.
says.
His albums, what is called, n-
He's still signing good music.
Church on Sunday, No Church on Sunday, something like that.
Yeah.
Those albums hit.
Mm.
He's a lyricism.
Maybe it's his voice, cause maybe it's his delivery, cause
Yeah.
like you gotta have all
He
of it.
he was in the news recently that a big portion of his job now is he says he writes for a lot of people, and that's where his money comes from. He writes for a lot of people,
Yeah.
and he's throughout big names. He writes for people.
Yeah. He didn't name nobody.
He has, let's just say, he has multiple credits on Kanye's albums.
So that's funny. And then you got some. Well, it was some good drops this week. I
It
didn't
was
listen
good
to.
drops.
I didn't listen to Ti's album. Did you listen to it?
I didn't even know that drop, man.
It was right there. I kept scrolling by it. I just didn't like the way it looked, and I'm not really. I've never really been a solid Ti fan.
I've all these people that have been dropping, like not these, but like these older rappers, I guess.
Yeah.
They're not like appealing to let me listen right away. Like
Right.
I'll, Wednesday come around, I listened to all last week's music. I'm waiting for next week. I'll give it. I'll spin it. But
Yeah.
um,
So
but isn't it an album like 40 minutes, or he gave us the 25 minutes?
yeah, I think it's a full album. It looked like a full rollout. Let me see what it's called real quick. It's the Libra, but Libra is like initialed. It is 20 songs. It's an hour and 8 minutes, so it's a project. It's not even a deluxe. And it looks like he has a lot of good songs on here. You got Snoop Dogg featuring it's a Snoop Dogg, Jeremiah, Rick Ross. Rick Ross is on everybody's songs. Benny the Butcher's on here.
Oh, but he has all the Griselda because he has Conway, he has Ben
Yeah.
Butcher, he's missing West Side.
But yeah, is I mean, I'll get to it when I get to it. And then also Mario dropped. I listened to like two songs and I got out of there.
I saw that. It's not. I'm gonna get around to it.
Yeah, it's called Closer to Mars. And then
That title's not very like
no,
attractive.
no. And then Gucci Man dropped, I think he dropped a project for his label.
I saw
It
that.
was a So Icy Gang Volume 1. I feel like we've already gotten a Volume 1 from So Icy.
I mean, I think because he's used that term so icy
Maybe
so
that's what it
much.
is.
Like
The
he was even on a so icy remix with, was it
Walk of
Logic song
was it?
too? And it was Logic song so icy. It was off of Logic's
Okay.
album, and even
Yeah,
it's just everywhere.
he needs to work on rebranding, but the album cover looks okay. It's like yeah,
The
sure.
album cover looks like a group project.
Yeah, so it has a lot of people on here. I really think I'm gonna be in I really want to listen to Mulatto. Gucci Man has some songs on here. I also like I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's Pushisti, Pushesti,
Pushisi?
Pushesti.
We'll go
Pu-
with that.
Quentin Miller's on here
Quick,
as
next name,
as
next
an
feature.
as an act. He's not writing on here. So yeah, that'll probably be my next listen. Um, over Ti, and I'll get to Ti probably
That
later in the week.
I was gonna text you. That name sounds so familiar. The James Blake.
Yeah, he does. He's been out for a minute. I like his music.
Have we talked
It's
about him before? Because
I
that
don't
name
think
sounds
so. It's
familiar.
kind of he has like warped music, like he
Yeah,
warps his voice a lot, and I like that type of sound.
but
He
I don't know why like his name was popping out. Like he,
That's
unless
why.
it just sounds
Yeah.
like a regular
Like
name, James Blake.
look at his album cover. It like it's like his songs are warped. It's crazy. But I like him. I guess he's electronic, but he actually sings on here. So it's not really like sounds.
Sound. It's
But
cohesive sounds.
yeah. And then you got some projects that we did listen to. Black Thought dropped Streams of Thought Volume 3.
Hmm.
Didn't know that there was a Volume 1 and 2. This was my favorite album of the week. It actually beat Benny the Butcher after
I don't
I
know
thought Benny the
when.
Butcher was gonna win.
Now this wasn't my favorite album of the week, but Black Thought never him, Royce the 5'9", all of they're that even
Conscious
Shy
rap.
the Prince, they're in that like lyricism where it's very hard for
Yeah.
them to miss.
I'm surprised Royce wasn't on here. I thought he would be. This sounded like something he should be featured on.
I don't know how many times they're featured together.
Have you heard any music from them?
From who?
Black Thought and Royce?
Yeah,
This was my first time listening to him. Like you've talked about him. A lot of people have talked about him, but
yeah.
I didn't know he was a conscious rapper.
Look at his name.
Yeah, that's what somebody else said. He's like, "What do you?" If he was a little Black Thought, I thought I would understand. But yeah, I thought he was like, who would I compare him to? Like a not really a yachty, but like somebody that just raps.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was gonna be of substance, but yeah, this was a dope album. It was actually I gave it a 9. I liked the whole concept of it, and it made me want to listen to Killer Mike by itself outside of Run the Jewels.
I mean, Killer Mike has a very solid like catalog. Like,
Yeah,
but I mean, I'm just surprised that you did not think Black Thought would be conscious.
I don't know. A lot of I guess because people like hyped him up so much, I was like,
Yeah.
ah,
Like, do you know like his actual band,
no.
The Roots?
Oh, that's Black Thought.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not the guy with the fro though.
No.
That's the drummer.
Yeah, I
The,
forgot his name, but yeah,
yeah. Okay, so
you
he's from
catch
the
him
Roots.
live on Jimmy Kimmel.
So yeah, that's one. So I probably have listened to him like in the band, but
Yeah.
not like solo.
It's crazy that Black Thought's there on Jimmy Kimmel, not Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon,
Yeah, and I don't
and,
even know.
and he's just there rapping in the background. He's a background band, like
Yeah, and he's like a lyricist. That's
yeah.
crazy. But my favorite song on here, which is weird, was "Good Morning," and it's weird because Pusha T and Swiss Beats
Oh,
are
yeah.
on there. I don't like Swiss Beats because I feel like his songs are repetitive, and I don't like Pusha T because I feel like his content is repetitive. But on here, it worked really well, which is weird for me. But that one was good. Schoolboy Q's
It was a good one.
one Steakum. Like all these are good, and I love the Dave Chappelle skit that he put on here.
Yeah.
Like that shit is dope.
Let me see. My favorite one was Steel 'em.
I thought it was Steakum.
Oh yeah, Steakum. My notes. I put Steel on my notes.
Just go to
No,
the
but
album.
Steakum was legit. Oh,
Yeah,
that's the Schoolboy Q one.
yeah.
Yeah, that one
Um,
was good. And then good productions, and
there,
it gave me like Benny the Butcher. They actually like those two albums were really nice to listen back to back because they weren't that
yeah,
far apart.
yeah. So I gave that one a 9. Would you give it?
I give that one an 8.
And then in between Benny and Butcher, Benny the Butcher and Black Thought, Party Next Door dropped Party Pack, the samplet. I'm glad we didn't come into this. What do you think?
It's Party Next Door. Like I can safely say every album he drops is a 6 or 7.
That's
Like
wild.
none of them suck, but none of them are classics. None of them are 9 or 10.
Like, bro, he lost 10 points when he put Yachty on here.
Why,
Like, Yachty's not a good talent.
bro? No,
Who's hiring Yachty right now? Drake?
but you're so biased against Party.
He can't sing. I just
Everything
don't.
you say, like you act like he sounds bad. Like
He
sounds
does.
no.
Like, okay, so I was listening to it. I really be trying to like people that I say I don't like. Like,
That's a lie,
I really do.
bro. That's a straight lie.
Like
from
Benny
you.
the Butcher, I didn't think I like him, but I liked him. But to Party Next Door, so I was listening to how he products it. He does his productions. He puts his songs on top of each other. Like he puts bad pitches on top of each other. It doesn't sound good.
Two wrongs make a right.
No,
Two wrongs make a right, bro. You never heard that?
it's so bad. And then like I want to know what he sounds like when he doesn't use auto tune.
I don't think we want to.
And I think we kind of got some of that when he did like the two bad pitches together. Like he's making his own auto tune. It just wasn't good.
He's do not listen to him in headphones.
Like
He's
I didn't like
he's
Candy.
he's a speaker, a musician. You put him on the speakers,
Mm-mm.
riding around in the car. Nothing where you're concentrating.
Like he had Nipsey Hussle on here, and that was the Candy song. Nipsey sounded super young on here. I don't know how old this
So-
verse was.
I don't want. Okay, so not no disrespect to Nipsey,
Yeah,
but how many more features are we gonna hear from him?
like I don't have a problem with that. It's just who's using them.
Like, because I mean, I can't even name everyone. I mean, he just had one last week with Big
Big
Sean.
Sean? He had
This
one
week
with Khaled?
yeah, like he's
He had one with Rick Ross, I think.
Yeah.
No, maybe.
yeah.
Or was that? It might have been the Khaled album. But
No, he did have one with Rick Ross because that was with John Legend too.
okay, no, that was I think that was DJ Khaled's album.
Yeah, but John Legend is on that track too.
Okay, but yeah, this one didn't really work for me, and I didn't know Quavo was on here, cuffed up. I didn't know I was listening to him on here.
They sounded similar.
Like all the Migos are in love right now, so we're not getting any rap albums out of them. The only one that I liked, I don't know which one it was, but it wasn't. It was like he was rapping kind of, and it was like a real like personal song. It may have been Things and Such, or it may have been West District.
West District was the best one off the sample.
Yeah, it may have been one of those two. Outside of that, everything else wasn't good. Like these are some solid song titles. Persian Rugs, you think that would be solid, right? Trash. Things and Such, like okay,
For some
no.
reason, I thought Persian Road would be like a song title from like Jeremiah.
That's a Drake song title, like bruh, or a Future song
So-
title.
You didn't? Am I the like when I heard it? I felt like E40 had his touch on the production a little bit.
E40.
I mean,
Oh, okay. 40. I was
40,
thinking
there
that.
you go.
Yeah.
like I felt like a Drake touch production on it.
I don't. When I was listening to it, I was like, damn, maybe 40 should help him out. But I'm like,
But some songs really sounded like
yeah,
like 40. Let me review your work.
yeah.
like-
Like at some point, 40 can only do so much. The artist has to like perform, and I don't think anybody can help Party.
There's nothing wrong with Party. I mean,
I don't like.
I
him.
gave it a 6.
I gave it a 2. It's worse than who's
Bruh.
number 3 that I always have it.
Crit. Big
Yeah,
Crit.
it's worse than Crits, like
I don't
by
know
a
how you hate him
landslide.
so much.
Crit,
Yeah.
I don't
No, I
hate
mean,
Crit.
how you
Party
dislike
next,
his music so much.
it just doesn't sound good. Like there's a lot of people that sound like Crit.
We don't want to go there. It's gonna bring up, you know.
There's a lot of people that sound like Crit, but do what he do better. You know.
I
So
guess
yeah. So nah. And Toby's from Houston, so I would go Toby over Crit any day.
I don't even know why we would compare them, but okay.
They have similar storylines. They have the same type of substance.
Okay.
Like yeah, Toby Nungwangu. But yeah, anyway, yeah. If you haven't listened to Party Next Door, definitely don't do it.
Give it a listen, not through your headphones.
That's how I listened to it, and
That's where you messed up.
it was a dose. I don't
That's
even
where you
know why I
messed up.
gave it a two.
I
That's
actually,
being
so
generous.
like I know how Party's music is, so I listened to Black Thought and Benny through the headphones, and then when I played Party, I switched to my speakers.
Like that sucks.
Yeah,
There was one song on this party album that was a repeat, right? It was one that's been on. I feel like we've heard it before. I forgot which one it
I don't
was,
even.
but yeah, it sounded like he reused a
The
song.
song he's reused multiple times is "Loyal," like that
Was that
one.
one on here? No, it wasn't. It
No,
didn't say loyal, but
but
maybe he
because
sampled
he
it.
has the original one, he has the Drake one, then he has the Bad Bunny one, then he has another one with
Like,
I forgot
bro,
who.
let it go. Who was that? Panda? No, there was another. Oh, Old Town Road. He's like Old Town Road in this shit. Like, come on, bro,
Six,
relax.
seven remix.
That's ridiculous. That's how you know he ain't that guy. Do you think he's the most successful artist on OVO right now?
Yeah,
Obviously, aside from
yeah.
Drake.
Man, I need to look. I don't even know who else is he signed to because they don't drop like they just Drake's. Hey, do what you want.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it.
you got.
You don't got to do music.
I know
You're just signed to a label, but don't worry.
I know Division's on there, and that's about it. That's off the top of
Oh,
my
what's that
head.
Canadian one that starts with an N? Nav, is he on there?
No, Nav is signed to the weekend.
The Weekend.
Yeah, Popcorn's on here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're all in London. That's why we haven't heard them. They're all dropping over there.
He's like, I'm gonna sign you, and you're gonna give me accent
Damn, he
lessons.
got a lot of people on his label. Zeus, like Dre, Rich Kid. Like I don't know these people.
I don't know any of those people.
Nino, OG, Ronci. I bet they're London. Like they have them eyes. But yeah, Future the Prince, Boy Wonder, 40 signed to OVO.
He's probably did what Kanye back in the day, and 20 people give him 15K each and see who pops.
Baka Not Nice. He's
Baka not
trash.
nice.
Like I heard that, but he's a UK rapper as well, so he's probably like super dope over there. But yeah, so yeah, it was a pass for me. And then you got Benny the Butcher, Burden of Proof. What'd you think about this one?
My favorite drop of the week.
It would have been my favorite, and then I listened to Black Thought.
I can hate against that. I think they both gave you the same vibe, like the same I guess concentration on it. So
Yeah,
but I like the Benny the Butcher just because it's his sophomore album. Um
is he from New York?
he sounds like it,
No,
right?
he's not from New York. I think he's Montana. He said it on here. I think he's from East Coast for sure. Gotta be.
Montana is I don't think that's is that East Coast?
I think of French Montana, and he's from East Coast.
Oh, we connected lines today. We connecting
I was like,
dots.
excuse my French. Yeah, he hangs out with Diddy.
He's from Buffalo, New York.
Okay. Yeah, I think he talked about that. So I feel like all New York people use a lot of like crime bosses' names for their music or for their like
Yeah.
stage name. You got 50 Cent. You got I throw Rick Ross in there. I don't care if he's from Florida. You got what's the dude from Murder Inc?
That was on the album? What are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about just artists that are East Coast that use a lot of like crime boss names, like Benny the Butcher. That's a crime boss name. But for this album, I didn't think I would like it
He talked
because
about selling those drugs.
yeah, I didn't think I would like it because I thought it was gonna be just a gangster album, and it was gonna be something that I've already heard before.
That's what you said about the Conway album. You said
I don't
you
think I
weren't gonna
did.
like
I
it,
listen to
but
Conway.
yeah, you gave it like a modest rating of like a 6 or 7.
Huh? I gotta re-listen to it. That was in and out. But with Benny the Butcher and his delivery was pretty like I've heard that delivery before. It was like, we were in high school writing raps, and
Mm-hmm.
that's how we would like kind of deliver the raps. But it actually surprised me because he was very good with the overall delivery and the beats that he selected and his content. It was kind of conscious, but also like gangster rap.
Yeah, that's what I like. It wasn't conscious to the point where, in your head you're writing like everything.
Yeah,
It's like he had that snippets of like getting deep, and then he still kind of showed, oh, like I can talk about whatever I want,
yeah,
especially the one about, him, the dealing and all that, like I sell it to you, it's in the veins, I don't do it or whatever.
yeah.
um
And
i've
he
been, I've been waiting for this. I was a little curious on the sound with Hit Boy.
okay,
That there was a lot of hype around it because Hit Boy 100% produced it.
yeah,
um
which worked, which is
it
yeah,
like it really sounded like Hit Boy really collabed with him. He didn't like they didn't go into the studio and Hit Boy said I had 15 beats ready. No,
yeah.
it's like I felt like they were in the studio together working on it.
It's like when we have like the local artists come in and they
Yeah.
talk about their relationship with their producers.
Hmm.
It seems like that's what happened with him
Yeah.
and Hit Boy.
And
It was
I
like tailored to his sound, you
and
know?
I don't really think he even had bad features. Freddie Gibbs killed it,
Yeah,
but his Little Wayne verse, the Little Wayne he got with Big Sean.
yeah,
I'm not a big Little Wayne fan, but
we
that
know.
was a fire verse. Like that
Yeah.
whole song was great.
There really wasn't any skips for me. I want to say Famous was my favorite song, and Where Would I Go with Rick Ross.
Where would I go? Timeless and is Timeless on this one or
Hmm. I wouldn't put
Timeless and War Paint?
Timeless was like the first song I heard.
Yeah,
I usually don't put like the first song I heard on as like my favorite because I've heard it so much.
yeah,
But yeah, they're really you can't
yeah.
pick a bad song on
And
here.
then like War Paint, that was good. And I think War Paint because that's like Griselda. You have Benny Butcher, you have Common, and you have a West Side Gun. So that's like
Yeah,
them three together. That's that sound.
yeah. And looking at all of his like album covers, you could tell like American Gangster is like his favorite movie.
Uh,
Like it's pretty nice. He got the Scarface cover. He got the
so it's
Statue
crazy
of
that he has all
Liberty.
that because this is his only second album, like
Yeah,
studio
these are
produced
probably
album.
like mixtapes
Yeah.
ish and like free bands.
Hmm.
But I gave this one a 9. I liked Black Thought a little more, but I gave this one a 9.
I gave this one a 10
Yeah,
just because like I think he did everything he needed to do. Like not really giving us many studio albums that he delivered. He had premium verses. He had premium features. Rick Ross gave me Jay-Z ish vibes. That was weird.
he usually does when he locks in.
Yeah, it was like I was like, okay. I
Yeah,
was like, I see. It was a little Jay Z. I was like, okay, I fucked with all of it.
yeah. So if you haven't heard Benny the Butcher's Bergen and Proof, I would definitely suggest y'all check it out. Overall, he's a very dope artist. I think I would take him over West Side Gun. I don't like
Mm.
West Side Gun's voice.
I mean, you heard 10 seconds and you just
Yeah, he sounds short.
he does so. It's that treble in his
Yeah,
voice.
I don't like Meek Mill's treble, so I got to keep it. I got to keep it
I think it's
above board.
even though they're both like they're in that group and stuff. Like I don't think it's fair to compare them just because they sound so different.
Yeah, I think I do that with most artists that are on the same label though. Like you got to say who's the best on the label.
Like so,
Which one's your
would you
favorite?
compare like
TDE
what's that from OVO Division
Division Two
to
Party.
like Madrid Jordan because they're both an OVO.
Yeah, because they're both the do. That's actually a little easier because
Mm-hmm.
Division and Magic. I call them Magic Jordan.
It's
It's whatever. They're
yeah.
both R&B artists though, and I think
They need more music though. I like them.
they're both a group too.
Yeah.
So I think that's an easier comparison. I think I would take Magic Jordan over them though, over Division.
What Division's giving us more, so I'm gonna say Division.
Maybe that's why I took Magic Jordan because I haven't heard as much. I've gotten my Division fix. I put both of them
Yeah.
over Party Next
I
Door
think
though.
just West Side sounds so different than Benny. Like Benny Butcher has that classic rap feel,
Yeah,
and West Side Gun has like those classic production, but the way his voice and his cadences, it just kind of gives you like a new style.
yeah. Okay.
But I mean, Griselda, listen to all their albums this year. Of Conway, West Side Gun was a what? Pray for Paris, and then this one with Benny Butcher. They probably have the best record album run of the year.
Well, that's easy because not a lot of record labels are dropping their artists.
That's true, but I mean, they're making a name for themselves.
Are they up and coming?
West Side Gun is, I think Benny
That
Butcher's been
label
a,
though,
oh yeah,
yeah,
Benny Butcher's been around for a minute. He just hasn't had that like break.
yeah,
Like there's a lot of artists that everyone knows they just not up there.
yeah.
So
Okay. And then speaking of rosters, TDE, I don't know if they're gonna drop any music this year. Kendrick in May they said he'll be back soon, like he's
yeah.
Superman or something. Like it's a Marvel sequel. And then SZA, she hasn't dropped yet. I don't think she's dropped. Like
Well, when you talk about TD, I also think of
Isaiah Rashad,
Dreamville, and
yeah,
Cole said he's dropping before the year ends.
that's
So
fine.
I'm gonna look forward to
Are
that.
you really excited for like a J Cole project as you used to be? Has that really worn off, or
Yeah,
you're still excited?
yeah, especially since what the singles was, it Climb and what's the other one?
It was like a Simba name, right? King is back.
Oh,
Return of the King or something like
yeah,
that.
Return of Simba, because he used Simba reference off. Was it called Friday Night?
Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, he used the Simba reference off there.
Mm,
So no, I mean I'm excited for Jaco every time he drops,
yeah, I'll listen.
but I don't know who else is gonna drop at all.
Yeah, I think this has been a dead of a year music wise.
Yeah, there's been okay drops, but nothing like memorable. Like nothing's gonna be.
Yeah,
I don't
nothing's
know.
carrying over. Like damn.
Yeah, and the thing that sucks is that since we haven't had many great drops, I'm t- I had the tendency this year to listen to a lot of the drops I liked,
Yeah,
so I'm playing them more than I want. But there hasn't been new music for me to say, oh, you know what I mean?
and I wonder how this is gonna affect like award shows next year. Like, is it gonna be a smaller like
You're gonna have
like
you're gonna have Benny winning record of the
yeah,
year.
that boy cleaned up. Like, damn, that's wild. WAP, like they didn't. I don't think they submitted for like I think it was the Grammys or some award show that's coming up.
I don't know if they want anything for Billboard. Billboard just happened last week or
Maybe
this week.
that's the one because they didn't submit it. They who else did that? I think Drake. They didn't submit a song like 2 years ago or something like that.
That's weird. You would think like you don't need to submit
Yeah,
to Billboard. They just look at their charts.
I'm already there.
Like I gotta turn in my work. You know my
I'm
grade. Like you
I'm
have
number
the
I'm
numbers.
number one. And then Justin Bieber he dropped "Lonely."
Yeah, I liked it. I know you didn't like it. You're like I'm done.
Yeah, do you think He's gearing up for another album?
When did his most recent one was the red one, right? Him like it was red.
I
Like the
don't know.
cover was red.
I don't know.
Wasn't changes.
No.
I forgot.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, changes
That
this year.
came
The
out
one
this year.
red.
That's wild.
Yeah, so the red one, the changes.
And he looked highly suspect in this album cover.
So I don't think we're gonna get another one this year. Maybe like February, March.
That's wild. He's already dropping new. Was none of these songs were on the album? No,
No.
that's wild. Was it? No, it wasn't. Huh? Lets you know how he felt about that project. He's like, let me make some more. So, did you like that song?
Yeah, I liked it.
I didn't like it. It was too generic to me. I'm like, oh, boo hoo! Like people are judging you. Like you're, what are you complaining about, bro?
That's what rappers talk about. They talk about like what's going on with them.
Nah, it's a little deeper because people are shooting at you. Like people on Twitter, your mustache looks pedophilia. Like, come on, bro. Okay, I shaved. Problem solved.
So
Like, come on now.
I don't know. I
Like,
liked it. I liked it better than Holy. And
oh, I got LV
what's
pajamas.
the I don't know what else he. That's all he dropped, right? Holy.
Yeah, and he showed up in a pop star
Yeah,
cameo.
but
Like,
that's not him. So
oh, that was Drake.
no, I mean that's not his song.
Yeah.
It's
So
that's still so weird. Like who thought that? And
I
then
don't know.
like the original song, he's not
He's not on there.
he's not getting credit for anything, but on the music video it's featuring Justin Bieber,
Yeah.
and it's only featuring him because he talked at the end of it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's still nice video concept though, because that's refreshing to see something completely new.
Yeah,
Who's done that?
I guess.
Hey, let's get someone not in the video.
Same girl. I think R. Kelly and Usher used a twin. So I mean, could have been two different people. But that was when I was listening to R. Kelly. I'm a wiser man now. But yeah, before we wrap up, where can people check us out at, Roy?
Facebook and IG at Turn Up the Mic Podcast, and then listen to us on Spotify and check out our videos on YouTube. Comment, subscribe. Let us know, what y'all want to hear.
You got a little tired.
Yeah.
And it don't matter where you're listening. We appreciate y'all checking us out. This is Turn Up the Mic. Y'all have a good day.